Hey guys! Hey guys! That was strange. Sorry guys. I'm a little sick. My mom was visiting and she was sick and she kept telling me, Stephanie, stay away. You're gonna get sick. And I was like, I don't get sick. So I'm eating those words. I do feel a lot better right now, but my throat is kind of scratchy, so I just took some NyQuil. And I am feeling a little weird, so let's try to kind of do this quickly. I am here today to do my 2019 goals video. This is going to kind of turn into a goals video slash bullet journal thing because I feel like if you have a bullet journal and you have reading challenges or goals, you know, they're going to cross-contaminate a little bit. So I'm going to show you my bullet journal a little bit too. Sorry if that does not sound interesting to you. Shoot, I already forgot. Where was I going to start? I don't know. So I'm going to start with saying that in the year 2018, I did not really make any goals. I was feeling really stressed from 2017, and so I was like, I'm not going to do any goals. I'm not going to try to participate in any kind of challenges or do anything like that. On the low-key, I was hoping that I would do some kind of pop sugar or whatever challenge, but I didn't. And last year, I was just bored is not the right word, but I need challenges to make myself feel better. And I'm realizing that the reason that I was having a lot of stress in 2017 is because my reading goal on Goodreads, the number that I picked was too high. It was like 100 or 94 or something that was ridiculous. I kind of live in the 70 book a year range. So I lowered it to 52 last year. It's 52 again this year, and that really has alleviated, I think, a lot of stress because that is the most important to me. I know some people poo-poo on the Goodreads challenge, but Goodreads has been part of my life a lot longer than BookTube has, and I just really like having that banner. That's all. My bullet journal, this looks terrible because it's yellow. I have put my challenges in my bullet journal. I am carrying over my Goodreads goal up here. I accidentally made these boxes a little bit too small. So I just have a box for every book that I would like to read. And then what I did last year is I kind of colored in, oh my gosh. As I was going, I was just black and white though. But then I kind of did a dotted line, I guess, for the books that went past my challenge. So I was still marking them, but there was a differentiation. And then I also am still doing the book balance sheet, which I stole from Harriet Rosie. And I do keep track of the books that I bought, read, DNF'd, and then the balance. The goal is for it to be negative. And I do keep track of pages. So pages and page count is more important to me than numerical book whatever. Because again, if I buy one of these and just read one of these, that it's adding a lot more to my TBR. So I'm kind of more focused on, excuse me, page count with regards to that. And then I am doing all of the challenges next year, guys. I am trying to do the Around the World in 52 Books challenge, which is a Goodreads group. And so basically it's one challenge per week. And I am trying to do them in numerical order. So this is the one that I care the most about. I do have a little post-it here because last year I had to cross out some of the books that I decided that I wasn't going to read. So I have the book that I would like to read for it that I'm planning for the quarter to read on a post-it. And then if I change that for whatever reason, or I read something else, then I can write it. Sorry, this is terrible. And then that will be great. So this is just a hopeful thing. I'm also going to attempt to do the Reading Women Challenge, the Book Riot Read Harder Challenge, the Pop Sugar Challenge, which is 40 books, 50 is the stretch goal. Reading Through the Ages Bingo, which Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventure, I think that's her channel name, has put together. And then this is something that I did before I found out about that, but it's a Through the Decades challenge. So I have picked 10 women and 10 books in translation that I own on my shelves currently, starting from the 20s and then going to the teens of, 20 teens. And so I just picked one book that fits each thing. And so I would like to, read these books for sure. This is highly unrealistic, but if it's not a challenge, what's the point? I need a little, spice in order for it to be fun. I also really want to reread 5 books and read 5 nonfiction. I know that's a really, really low number, but I have not, the only nonfiction that I've been reading lately is memoir, and memoir is not counting for that. I'm talking science books, history books, political books, those kinds of things, not memoir, because, I love, memoir is, I think becoming one of my favorite genres, and I just don't think that it counts, not because I don't value the content as nonfiction, but because I'm trying to encourage myself to do something a little more effortful, if that makes sense. And I've got so many good ones, I've got just so many good nonfiction books that I really need to read, especially Medical Apartheid. I want to read that book so bad. But I'm just not, because I know it's going to depress me. And so those are basically my goals for the coming year. I would really like to make sure that I'm focusing again on reading, my goal-ish kind of that I don't track, but that I do pay attention to on my reading spreadsheet, is translations, books not from the U.S. I'd like my male to female author ratio to be about 50-50. I don't really make an effort. It's just something that I look at. And I would like my average page count of the books that I read to be above 300. Definitely above 250, but preferably above 300. But the translation, I'm really hoping, I don't think it'll be 50%. I think that's ridiculous, but I really would like it to be a third translated. Please, please, please. I just need to make more of an effort to do that, because I've got so many translated books. I should just read them. So those are most of my goals. I will say I've just been watching so many Bookish bullet journal spreads and videos like that. I'm losing my mind. I am going to also start tracking the series that I'm in the middle of, which isn't a lot because I'm not really a huge series reader. But there are probably at least 10 series that I've started and not finished, and I want to have a reading tracker that I saw Harriet Rosie, I think, has also, where she kind of colors in per day how many pages that she's read, so it's kind of a bar graph of pages. And then I am continuing to do this that I stole from Doris. It's so nice to have friends that are smarter than you, because then you could steal their ideas. So again, I've got my January TBR over here, which is too long. And then the books that I read with the page count in parentheses, and the books that I buy with the page count in parentheses to make my balance sheet easier at the end. And then this is the monthly spread. So I do unfortunately have 7 goals per week, kind of, which is, I only have 6 little boxes. So the goal is to have at least 6 of the little boxes filled. So far, I haven't been doing that great, but I can still make up for it. I don't work a lot tomorrow. And I did want to mention that I think this is so cute compared to last month's. Look at that. That's so messy and weird. So that's kind of exciting, because I'm not a creative person. So it's really nice to have I can see that is definitely an improvement. Also, with regards to my challenges and stuff, I am highlighting. The problem is I highlighted this. Oh my gosh, my battery is super low. I highlighted this while the ink was still wet. But so I'm highlighting the book, and then that I'm going to highlight the little box for it. This is very professional. So then I use that same color to highlight the number of book that it is, which doesn't really matter, but just to kind of make it more comfortable. I do kind of hate these neon colors, and I see a lot of people have really pretty pastel-y kind of markers. And so I was like, oh, maybe I should go buy some of that. But I'm going to Italy in March, and I need to save my money, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe later in the year I'll do that. But yeah, so those are my goals. So, Around the World in 52 Books, Reading Women, Pop Sugar, Read Harder Challenge. It's It's fine. If I look stressed, I promise I'm not. I feel like people get concerned about my well-being. I'm totally cool. It's just fun to like push a little bit harder than is necessary sometimes. Sorry if this was super weird. I feel kind of loopy from that NyQuil. I'm hoping to read a little before I pass out though, so fingers crossed about that also. Hope everyone else is having a great start to the year. And if you have any challenges or reading goals, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention too, I've been looking at all these bullet journal girls. They're so good at this stuff. And there's this thing where people like put they draw a bookshelf and then they draw spines of books and then write the title of it and then color it in as they read it, which is such a great idea. I own over 1,000 books that I have not read yet. That's right. I'm one of those people. Everyone's talking about how they've got like 70 and 100. I have over 1,000, so I'm not going to do that. But I was kind of thinking of maybe doing that with regards to the books that I buy this year, because I don't really want to be buying unless I'm reading it immediately, because I have such a, backlog. I have all these books that I could be reading. So I think I might do that, so that hopefully, I say if I buy, when I buy. When I buy, it's because I'm trying to read that immediately, because if not, unless it's like a special edition, like I know the olive editions are special, and some of the Agatha Christie books that I want, the editions that I like, they're not in print anymore, so I will probably be buying those kinds of things because I know they're harder to find, but in general, I should not be buying unless I'm reading immediately. That's the goal. Yeah, so that's all. Sorry, that was longer than it needed to be. But anyways, let me know if you have any fun challenges that you're really excited about. And also let me know if you're participating in any of these. I feel like most people talk about all of those except for the Around the World in 52 Books challenge, which is, I think it's super fun. It has nothing to do with the world or like reading around the world. It's just called Around the World in 52 Books because the challenges are all over the place. And the goal is to read a book a week. I'm going to stop. I'm going to go. Bye.